aka Bella Queen Tarot, and this reading is for the water signs. Um, this is a tarot card for the water signs, but if it doesn't resonate, always look at my other videos and check your signs. Um, Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let's get started. So this is a fairy cross spread, and it's a fairy tale. So let's get started. Let's bless this reading first. So I bless this reading, Lord, for you give me the strength and courage and to find the messages that the water signs need to know. Show them that this reading is all about clear, successful messages from the universe, from the soul, from your ancestors, and from the spirits in you, Lord. Please take this time to give them this reading and show them that they're not alone. God bless. Okay, let's get started. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see for water signs for December 1st. Show me the cards I need to see. Yes, they want me to come out. Show me the cards I need to see. Show me the cards I need to see for the water signs for December 1st. Show me the cards I need to see. Show me the cards I need to see. Sorry, I don't do reversals. One more card. Show me the cards I need to see. Show me the cards I need to see for water signs, December 1st. Oh, drop it. Sorry for the beeping. That would be my messages. So the first card, let me read you about this spread though. I'm going to read about it. So after shuffling and dividing the pack, lay out your okay, so the north tells of your body the material aspects of your question. So that's how I do it. Never eat shredded wheat. So the north is the first card. So this tells of your body and the material aspects of your question that you need to ask. And then the south, this is the tells of your intent and motivation. In the east, tells you of your mind's patterns, mind's thought patterns creating and shaping. And the west tells of your emotions. In the card in the center is the heart of you, the soul stuff you're working with, and integrated and transmuting through the issue. So let's get started. So you got, for the first card, you got fairies. And that's about words. You can see it. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So when the princess in this fairy tale speaks, jewels fall from her lips. Here, even the dragonflies and magical creatures, however, already adorned with her gifts, awaiting for her next word. This is a symbolic treasure of a tale in which one of these sisters is so sweet-hearted that even through her own siblings and stepmother, have never loved her or spoken a single kind word to her. She's still pure of heart and kind to all. As one of her many chores, goes to the well to draw water. That's a symbol of drawing upon ancient primal energies and memories, just to let you know. And an old woman asks her to give her a drink. So she is kind, and of course she dips the ladle into the water, and pours the sweet water into the parched lips of the old woman, who reveals herself to be a fairy. And this fairy blesses the girl of her goodness, and after that, every word that comes from this girl's mouth is accompanied by either a flower or a jewel. This blessing is simply representation of the girl's essence in her soul, which the fairy woman, with her ability to see through the heart of a human, has recognized and rewarded. When her stepmother sees the girl and watches diamonds and rubies and roses and lilies fall from her lips for the first time, she values her daughter. She demands to know why she has been gifted with such riches, and when the girl explains, open-hearted as she is, the stepmother sends her sister to the well to do the same. But the fairy is not foolish and disguises her once again. And so while the sister is expecting a little old woman, a glorious queen comes forth and asks for a drink of water. Instead of obligating, the sister rolls her eyes and demands she go on her way. Of course, the fairy then returns this action, with toads and worms falling out from her sister's lips. The mother blames the good sister for this misfortune and banishes her to the forest where she meets a king's son, a hunting. So who asks her why she is there alone and so sad? And when she tells her story, he values not only the jewels that spring forth, but her beauty, her honesty, her grace, and her dignity. And of course, the story ends with the king marrying this girl. So rich in beauty, kindness, intelligence, diplomacy, and elegance. And the sister who speaks so cruelly and cursedly dies a sad death. This is a story about appearances, about good manners and good hearted being for everybody. It's about how, especially when we have no advantages in doing the right thing, we do the right thing anyway. When this card comes to you, you're being asked to watch the thoughts within your head and change them, and to speak words of beauty. This does not mean to flatten or give to falsehoods. It is though to find the beauty in yourself from people, the world, in every situation, and speak with this beauty. And from this beauty within, to do this, we must alter any ugliness or distortion that originates within our own mind and leaches ourselves of the toxins of ugly thoughts, the kind that can poison us from within. You are being told that if another seems to have what you desire, you cannot just suddenly create it. There's work to be done at the deep level of thought. In a time when you have worked on your own mind, your consciousness, and your own energy, the words that fall from your lips and the energy that pours from you will be as the jewels from the lips of the princess. That will be the external evidence of the great beauty within you. But if you resist this and do not work at a deep level first, you will never find the right words, and you will never will find whatever poison you do not clear from your mind and heart will somehow leak into the world through your words and deeds. Clear yourself, do the work, and then the beauty you have to offer the world will come from within. As naturally as rain falls from a cloud, as perfect as a sunrise. Next card, you got the Little Mermaid 7. So when this card comes to you, this is every chance you are considering making an enormous sacrifice. Firstly, you are restricting your true voice and have given up speaking from the heart about what you truly feel in order to seem more acceptable to another or to avoid conflict. Secondly, you have given up the depth of your emotions and you are trying to do your best to fit in that environment that is enormously uncomfortable for you. It is almost painful and you are certainly feeling heavy, ill at ease, and awkward. This card can ask you to consider just why you're sacrificing so much of your true self for the chances of belonging this chance at love. This card can also come forth to speak with you when you are considering making changes to your face or body via surgery in order to be more appealing to love or a potential love. There's so much work for you to do on self acceptance and to understand that the path you are currently taking that involves so much sacrifice and pain will not lead to a happy ending, but to pain, suffering, and the extinguish of your spirit. Please consider the changes you are making and why you are making them, rather than falling deeply into a mind of trance, of desire. No one has asked you for to make these changes. This is your own choice and your own doing. And if you were to make them, they must be for your good, not because you wish to win another. Denying your heritage, your own personal talents and skills, and your beautiful abilities will not make you more lovable. It will lead to pain and ultimately perhaps some pity. And it can't win you love. Please reconsider now this road of sacrifice and understand that you can become a truly wonderful being by most being your true self. Sorry there. So the next card you got Red Robin Hood, the Rites of Passage for your third card. It's pretty. So this is one of the most elegant and physiological of all fairy tales. The red cloak, the walk through the woods, the foods and fruits taken to grandma, the wolf, the attempt at deceit. Red Riding Hood is a story of initiation into adulthood, mature womanhood, a coming of age story that is violent and dark and bloody. For within it, the red cloak represents the maturity of that young woman. It is the blood that now flows from her womb, meaning she has left childhood behind, at least on a physical level. But she's attached to her family, her love, and the care for her grandmother is foremost. And she undertakes a journey through the wild, dark forest, clothed only in a red cloak, her meteor's cloak, her shield, and at once in an invitation and protection. The wolf is every creature that ever hoped to prey upon innocence. He solicitates her friendships and grooms her for victimhood, and does all he can to overwhelm her suspicion with charm and false reassurances. So the road to Grandma's house symbolizes the road of her life, the journey of her eventful and possible old age. This is a tale of the dangers of being female, of the unpredictable natural world of the predatory nature of some men, and the way in which so many will stalk and groom their potential victims. This is a powerful, powerful tale. The wild nature of Red Riding Hood is within her, as she is too being of passionate and desire. And it's coming in time to express that innocence is something in the world can sense and attempt to exploit. The predatory nature of so many humans is here for all to see. The instinct of both men and women that makes them wish to devour one another. Ultimately, this tale is about the truth that other people, not wolves, are not who they seem to be and not who they say they are. And even their actions can be highly manipulative and deceptive. This in whom he trusts may be grooming us to harm us. And this is not easy, innocent giving of trust can which can make us most valuable on our journey through life to deliver the sweet rewards to our older self. So if we are to become an elder, we must learn to discern about those who can trust and those who we cannot. In one of the earliest versions of the tale, we know that the walk through the woods is our whole life. So we are often urged to stay onto the path, not to give in our own ability to become wild, to do harm. In this way, we know this tale is not just about avoiding the predators, but avoiding our own predatory nature. So the fourth card, you got the day boy and night girl, which it's about balance, and I love this card. So in this haunted fairy tale, a boy is captured by a witch and kept in a tower. He's only allowed to witness and know the daylight and lives each day, from sunrise to sunset. In another part of the tower dwells a girl as a prisoner of the witch. And this girl is being taught not only of the night, she lives only in the dark, and both are only permitted to know half of all the world has to offer us. But when both escape and eventually meet, they guide each other through the times that are unknown of the dark and of the light. For both of these innocents and the unknown is terrifying, but slowly they learn to trust each other, and each allows the other to be to be their guide through the unknown. This is a deeply hopeful and powerful story. The young woman teaches the young man that the night is not to be feared, nor the moon and the stars. Likewise, he helps her feel safe and allow herself to feel the warmth of the sun, to see all the color for the first time, and to step into the light. It's so touching and so balanced and symmetrical. Both the day boy and the night girl are fearful and both heroic, see each as the student and the teacher, and neither can be the whole or truly brave one until they can work with the dark and the light within themselves, in the outside world, and throughout our lives. So if this card comes to you, know that you cannot live afraid of the light, for the bright light that is wanting to shine on you and bring you to full and radiant life is healing light. The warmth of love and joy in your own flourish can't be hidden away from. And you cannot hide from the dark either. There'll be times of stillness and quiet and stubbornness when you walk in unriched and be more of an observer in the world. You are all light and darkness whirling together, radiant and star-like, and you must allow balance in the aspects of masculine and feminine within you. Now is the time to work with your fears, for now is the time when you can finally come to wholeness despite all of you've been taught. So The next card you got 41. The Nixie of Mount Pond and its memory. This is a tale that warns us each more than once of what we must be wary of. First, we must be wary of giving our promises without knowing to whom we give our word, and what it is we given up. And secondly, when we try to avoid the keeping of our word, pain is the result. Perhaps as a consequence of being out of integrity, this is a tale of a man who gives his word to a nixie, and then, upon realizing he has promised her his newborn son, takes pains to keep his son from her. He warns his son never to go near water, never to feel, never to remember, never to truly love, metaphysically, but this prohibition from the magic of water or feelings and memory, psyche, and cannot be maintained. As it happens in these tales, there is no avoiding that keeping of our word in one form or another. Even so, there is so much hope within the tale, for the miller's son, although enchanted and blinded to his true love by his encounters with the magic of the nixie, finally is able to recognize his true self and his true love. And with the help of good magic, the magic that increases and sustains love, music that recalls memory, and allows the lovers within the tale to see each other once more. When you receive this card, you are given a very clear message that you can't avoid an emotional situation, nor can you have complete control over your own feelings. It is necessary to face whatever emotional situation you are seeking to avoid, and by doing so, will always persevere to create lasting emotional change in your life, and you will be tested. But when you face these emotions you've been long avoiding, they will be at the end of the sorrow. They bring be joy, love, and recognition of your true soul family. Thank you so much for letting me give you a reading. I hope you loved it. This is for the water sign. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. God bless.